Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Groomsman channel. This is Scott. It's been a while, I know, right? Where have you been? We want Scott! No, I haven't heard anyone say they want Scott, but it has been a while. I'm sorry, I apologize. Scott signing on tonight to be here with all you fine ladies and gentlemen. You've all been staying classy, right, I hope? Absolutely, because we know how we all are. Anyway, tonight, I figured for my return shave, I might as well do something. We're going to go out with a banger, so to speak, all right? So what are we going to be doing? What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a side-by-side with, as you can see, the Rec Supply Company Konsul. This, the one I'm holding right here in my hand, is the very first off-the-line production model other than the one that Matt probably has for himself. This is the lowest model, all right? I was the first to pre-order. I was the first to get it. So my serial number here is the lowest serial number that anyone has on a Rex Konsul besides the one that Matt has himself. And the other thing that I'm rocking here, as you can see, is my, well, that's an odd Rex, but this is a Rec Supply Company Ambassador. This is an Ambassador XL. As you can see here, I have a two-tone version with an XL gold handle on there with the super lovely grip that this thing has. But I love my Konsul too. I do love both of these razors. I have not done a head-to-head to these, so which one is, quote-unquote, gives you a better shave? Well, that's what you are here to find out, along with me. It's all in the name of science, remember. And the thing I'm going to be pairing this with is some actually super iridium stainless steel blades. These are Wizamat Super Iridiums. These are vintage. These are not brand spanking new that you go buy off eBay or wherever you get them. These are a vintage stock supply that I have about 100 of that I happened to find from a seller out of Texas back, oh God, near the beginning of me collecting. So I figure if I'm going to do a special shave, I'm going to do a special blade. I love those blades, all right? I have two new for each one of them. I'm going to be using A&E soaps, all right, Ariana and Evans. This is the Kazan soap or Kaizen, however you want to say it. And I do have the matching splash somewhere. Did I use it? No, I did not use it all. I have the matching splash here. I'm like, uh-oh, I used it all here. So we're going to be doing both. And hey, guess what? I have no lather built. So I'm going to be talking about where I've been, what I've been doing, the grand adventures that I've been on. They have been some adventures, all right. So typically with this, I would, as you can see, the last time this was used, it was bowl loaded or tub loaded. But I'm going to be I'm going to do about an all-in size here. And what I do is I take it, because the ripples on mine start here. So what I do is I have this little indentation here in the middle, and I fill that up, all right? I push in soap, and I do that with every soap, all right? And then I'm not like a lot of people who have these $100, $200, $300, $400 brushes. I don't have boars, I don't have badgers, I don't have anything along those lines. I have a synthetic Body Shop brush here. Then I just pretty much get wet like this, give it a slap, give it another slap, and it's good to go. And with this, you just kind of start with the lather, building it and working it up, all right? I don't splay the brush, I'm just letting it build, as you can see here. I'm just letting it build into the brush, letting the brush do the work to work into it. And then when I start to notice that there in the bottom, that most of that soap's gone, that means it's been eaten up by my brush. That's when I will start to splay my brush and I will start to build my lather. And as I can see here, I need to add a little bit more water because I'm getting not very much suds production here. I mean, it looks like a lot, but it's not yet. So I just simply wet my hands like that and drip it in off my fingers, because you don't want to oversaturate your soap. You oversaturate it, you end up with a runny mess. lather that's too thin, and it accomplishes a whole lot of nothing. Alright. And as you can see here, I have success. Alright. So with that being said, let's get wetted up. Let's get loaded up. And let's get this shave going. So the question I have, I know I wish I could have commentary back, but this time of night on a Friday night, probably wouldn't get a whole lot of live people besides my other fellow groomsmen here. So I'm going to load up my Konsul. Alright, this will be making a journey here soon across the nation. And then how I do it is I put it in that top cap, and then I just kind of smoosh it together here, and then tighten her down. Alright, and we're going to put that on the lowest setting of 1 to start. And then we'll get the ambassador here loaded up. This has a very similar top cap to where you can see the pegs are here for blade alignment. Gonna load that up. Oop. See what I do here is I slide the blade down, I get it in those, and then I pinch those wings on it so that it stays aligned. I then insert the head, and then I just push the head down kind of on the sides like this, and then tighten. And then voila, just like that. Blade's good to go. If you are someone that is maybe hard of sight, you know, you can't see so well, I recommend that you put, like imagine this is your table, you put it down, slide the blade on, push it down, and then tighten from up top. Obviously you'd have both hands to do that. I'm just demonstrating there, all right? So if we're gonna make it fair, the adjustment range on these is identical. They both go to 6, right? So what are we gonna use? Well, I can take the ambassador on 6 now. I've been very good at it, but I've never tried the Konsul on 6. So I think we're gonna go with a modest 4, all right? Everyone's like, Scott, where have you been? Well, work has been crazy busy since the beginning of May. Had a lot of this, that, and not much downtime. And I had a lot of stuff to get ready for near the beginning of May because we took a 8-day trip to Disney, all right? And Universal and SeaWorld, and my 6-year-old had a blast, all right? Big crowds, 95 degrees. God, was it hot. I don't know how the people in Florida do it. I give you guys props. Not my cup of tea. So, you know, we go and we brave Florida. And then next thing you know, come home and, yeah. I wake up on Monday morning and I feel like I have the worst cotton mouth I've ever had in my life. And no matter how much water I drink, I can't seem to get rid of it, right? I drink like a gallon of water, my throat still has that funny, like I'm thirsty scent or taste or feel. So what do? I go, this is peculiar. I've never had this in my life. So what do? I decide to take an at-home COVID test. And can you guess what happens? Yeah, sure enough. Test positive for COVID. Managed to go this whole time without it. Go on vacation once and get it. But hey, you know, such is life. He had no fever, had a runny nose, and some thick mucus build up, and that's really about it. So we're gonna go at 4 on both of those. We'll go with a modest 4 on them. Get a washcloth here. And let's get into the shave, all right? But so that's where I've been. I've been battling COVID, I've been work, vacation. I'm back. I promise I will not be gone again for another 4 weeks, at least for a little bit. All right, the soap. This is a great soap. There's a number 2 of this. It has a great aroma to it. It has a slight citrus smell to it, which is really good. I really like that. You know, I can make out the shea butter and argan, but it has a slight hint of citrus to it, and it's really good. So on 4 with the Ambassador on the right side. Man, it's so smooth. Such an efficient razor. I'm not getting any tugging. I have, I don't know, 4 days growth, I think, on this. So the last razor I used was something different too. The last razor I shaved with was a 19... I might be wrong on the dates. I don't know the ship dates off the top of my head. But I do believe it was a 1923 Schick Type A repeater. Maybe it was a 26, I don't remember. But yeah, a Type A repeater. The very first Schick razor ever made. There you go. There's our width of grain on that side done. Very smooth, no tugging, no nicks. Good to go. All right, now the Konsul. So let's go ahead and put this on 4. It's already there. And see how this goes. This is an adjustable slant razor. This is a stainless steel construction with this diamond pattern knurling all the way down the handle here. And so this razor on 4 is smoother than the Rex Ambassador. Has no blade feel. The Rex had very little blade feel at 4, to be honest with you. Very efficient. I mean, as you can see it's cleaning the hair straight off. It's cutting it right down flat to the base here. This razor is definitely in my top 5. So is the Ambassador. And that's saying something, because you know how many razors I have? I haven't took a tally. The last time I took a tally was like 280. And it's been a while. And I have continued to buy razors. So I've added probably 15, 20 to my collection since the last time I took a tally. So I do believe I'm somewhere in the realm of 300. The last few razors I've added though have been like a British Popular number 47, a British Red Tip, a Rocket Red Tip, which you saw Jonathan use, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or something in a comparison video. So there we have it. There's the first one, all right? So the blade gap, I eyeball it. Let me rinse it here. Because that's one of the biggest things, right? Everyone's always wondering what the blade gap is here on this. And I mean, the proof is there. If you can see the blade gap there, that's on the Konsul at 4. And look at the blade gap on the Ambassador at 4. If you look, the blade gap here on the Konsul at 4 is bigger, all right? But one thing you might notice is look at where the blades are in position to the guard, okay? So here you can see that it's blade neutral, meaning that blade lines up perfectly with the guard there and doesn't protrude at all. Whereas this one, the gap is out and the blade doesn't line up with the guard dead on like this one. It protrudes a little bit, so it's blade positive. This razor, the Ambassador, in my opinion, gets a very bad rap, you know. To be honest with you, I was very apt against trying the razor. I didn't, you know, I kept saying, oh, I'll buy one, oh, I'll buy one. You know, as my collection reaches somewhere around 200 and I still haven't bought one. And I missed some hairs here. And I didn't do it because I was so afraid. Everyone made it out to be, oh my God, this thing's a blade monster. It is the most aggressive razor out there. And I will be straight with you. 3 and under is very mild. Even 4 and under, to be honest, in my opinion, is mild. It comes down to 2 things. It comes down to technique and the angle at which you're shaving with, which is another thing with technique. It's something that takes time to learn. I have been wet shaving for, well, I got a 23C, which no, it's not in here, a 23C when my daughter was born. She's going to be 7. So I've been wet shaving for nearly 7 years now. Yeah, obviously I haven't used top of the line razors like this until recently in the last couple years, or even vintage. So my technique wasn't great, obviously, but time makes perfect. So this razor I was afraid of. I was told, oh my God. And I'm going to tell you, the first time I shaved with this, I was like, other than getting a good shave, I was like, this thing ain't aggressive, So now which side after one pass feels best? The left or the right? And I blind shave all the time in the shower, so very good by feel. And you know what's crazy to me about this is, listen, it's about identical. So after the first pass on the same exact setting, the shave is honestly identical. So you have a bigger blade gap when it's on the same setting, yet you get a similar shave and a smoother shave, meaning a less blade feel, okay? Because that's the thing. My eyes were opened recently to what blade feel, aggression, and blade exposure is when I used the Valencia. Was it the Valencia Helix or the other one? I don't know, whatever. Either way, it was the one I cut the living crap out of myself. I potato peeled my face, so to speak. I would have been better off taking a potato peeler. But my eyes got open that you really don't know what true aggression is until you've shaved with a truly blade positive with tons of blade exposure razor, all right? Because aggression, a lot of people chalk blade feel up to the aggressiveness of the razor. And the thing about it is blade feel can be substantially reduced by learning the proper angle of a razor. That's one thing we were talking about with the groomsmen the other day. And in the last, I'd say 5 to 6 months, I have really been stressing myself to make sure that I'm finding angles of razors before I ever use them, because I used to be a quote-unquote don't like aggressive razors person. Well, there hasn't been a razor yet in the last 6 months now that I've used that I'm like, ugh, Let me show you what I used. This is what I told you I shaved with. See this? This folds in, like this, and has a cap on it. This is a type A repeater. I shaved with this thing, right? Well, Shicks are known for being notoriously somewhat blade aggressive because they have a thicker blade, they have a bigger blade exposure and gap and everything else. That razor was mild. I used it, I loved it, honestly. I'm going to be using my type B repeater here soon too, and probably my type C, all right? So now, against the grain, it's all about finding the perfect angle with the razor. And it's going to take you more than a couple uses to get there, right? That's the thing everyone needs to get in. Because the thing is the craftsmanship of the Rex razors is pretty much, I don't want to say it's second to none, but it's definitely up there, right? Because, there's Gillettes that are what? I have some that are 100 years old in my collection that shave. Actually, I got a couple that are brand new, and the first person who opened them was me, and I ruined them, but I don't really care. They're mine, my collection. I will do what I want, right, so to speak. All right, right side completed. Has anyone watched the Bad Man comedy series by College Humor? Or is it just me? All right. Look, it's Harvey face. Scary face. Harvey face. Scary face. I'm just kidding. If you watch it, you'll know what I mean. It's a Batman parody. So, which one of these two is going to give me a closer shave? Well, after the first pass, I'm suspecting they're going to be about the same, all right? So, I'm not someone who will sit here and buff and buff and buff with a razor, chasing that absolute BBS shave. I'm pretty much a very much two-pass kind of guy, and then I call it good. So, how did I go about learning to do my blade angle? Well, I'll let you know a little secret. How I do it. So this is your razor, right? It has a blade in it. Here's the back of your hand. What I do is I do it without any soap, just like this, straight up, with the razor. And I put it on the back of my hand, and I find where the angle is going to be. Because you're going to feel either too much blade or no blade, right, as you shave your hand. Your hand has all these bones right up against the back side of the skin. So it's very sensitive, right? And I'll tell you, when you find the right angle, you won't get drag, and it won't, because you see how like that, the angle is wrong, it like pulls my skin, right? But when you get the right angle, the blade just glides and doesn't pull your skin like that. But if you get too much of an angle, you can feel the blade kind of, it feels like the blade is tilting this way away from the razor and pulling the skin like this. That's where you find the angle of the razor, all right? And once you got that angle down, you just got to get muscle memory of this is the angle that when I'm with contact with my face, you need to hold it, all right? And you can tell if you're doing it right with dry shaving, because you will not get razor burn on your hand. All right? Neat fact. All right. So, which razor won? That is the question. Well, Matt, which one do you think won? I'll let you hang in there for a minute while you think about it. Hopefully Matt watches this, we'll see. Alright, all cleaned up. I just did take a shower, and hey, this is one of the first times I don't see blood. Dang. Obviously, if I took my time more often and made longer videos, I wouldn't cut myself. But which side is closer? Let's see, this is one thing I have said. Well, the winner is the Ambassador. The shave that I got with this is very good, with the Konsul. It is very good. It is closer than I get with Fat Boys and Slims and stuff like that. But over here, poof's in no sound. You don't hear anything, do you? How about over here? It's there. I can feel it, trust me. Anyways. Oh, the splash. That's the important thing. Everyone wants to see, ooh, the burn or whatever. Put that generous on there. And then just slap it on there. And if you don't get much feedback, it means you did a good job. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me with the battle of the Ambassador and the Konsul. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Stay classy and have a great evening. And remember, subscribe down below. Tell your friends and family to come join the groomsmen. We're a growing community of people who love to share our ideas and reviews of razors. And we're non-judgmental. We are people just like you. We are family people. We're married, we're family, and we're working people. All right? Thank you again, everyone who is a subscriber. And if you are new, please subscribe. Have a good evening.